The golden sunlight. The golden sunlight of Malibu stretched across the wide ocean, turning the waves into liquid diamonds. The air smelled of salt and flowers drifting from the gardens of luxury villas. At one of those villas, the world's eyes unknowingly turned toward a single balcony where Kendall Jenner was about to step out. She walked slowly, her long legs glowing against the stone floor. She wore a green thong bikini that shimmered like an emerald in the sun. The cut was bold, cheeky, and daring, something only Kendall could wear with such ease. The straps hugged her slim waist, and the ocean breeze played with her dark hair as she moved toward the pool. At first, the villa was quiet. Only the soft sound of water flowing from the infinity pool could be heard. But then, a neighbor sunbathing nearby lifted their phone. A quick photo. Then another. Within minutes, whispers started. "Did you see Kendall? Did you see her bikini?" When Kendall turned her back to reach for her glass of iced water, the cheeky cut of her bikini bottoms flashed clearly. The sunlight made her skin shine, and the moment looked like a photo shoot. She didn't even notice at first. She only sipped her drink and gazed at the horizon, calm and relaxed, but the world noticed. By the time she set her glass down, her name was already climbing Twitter trends. Fans posted the pictures with fire emojis, heart emojis, and bold captions, "Queen Kendall." Some screamed about confidence. Others joked that she had just created the summer's biggest fashion trend. Across the internet, the clip of her walking toward the pool was replayed in slow motion. Instagram accounts posted collages with headlines like, "Kendall Jenner turns Malibu poolside into a runway." Fashion bloggers praised her boldness, while critics whispered it was all planned. Meanwhile, paparazzi who were always watching Malibu villas rushed closer. Lenses clicked from secret corners of the beach. A helicopter even hovered above, trying to get a better angle. What was supposed to be a quiet, sunny afternoon had turned into a storm of attention. Kendall, however, stayed calm. She adjusted her sunglasses, lay back on the lounge chair, and scrolled through her phone as if the world outside didn't exist. Her slight smile gave fans more reason to believe she was enjoying the chaos, but soon a question began to spread online. Some people claimed Kendall's team had staged the bikini reveal on purpose. They whispered that this was a distraction from something bigger, something hidden. The debate grew louder. Was it a coincidence, or was there a secret reason behind her cheeky moment? The golden sunlight still danced across the waves, but the internet was now on fire. Millions of fans, critics, and curious watchers wanted answers. Cliffhanger: what exactly was Kendall hiding behind that confident smile? The poolside frenzy. The sun began to set over Malibu, painting the sky with streaks of gold and pink. What was supposed to be a calm summer evening had turned into something completely different. The villa where Kendall Jenner was staying no longer felt private. It felt like a stage. Outside the gates, paparazzi gathered in clusters. Cameras hung from their necks, ready to click at every shadow that moved. On the water, small speedboats hovered, their passengers pointing long lenses toward the poolside balcony. Even above, the faint hum of a helicopter disturbed the gentle sound of the waves. Kendall sat on the edge of the infinity pool, dipping her toes into the water. Her green thong bikini sparkled against her bronzed skin, still the center of the world's attention. She leaned back, resting on her arms, and watched the glowing horizon as though she were alone. To her, it was a moment of peace. To everyone else, it was the headline of the week. Her phone kept buzzing on the lounge chair beside her. Notifications poured in like rain. Fan edits, news articles, and memes spread at lightning speed. One fan account posted, "Kendall's bikini walk is the new Super Bowl." Another captioned a slowed video. "Confidence level. Kendall Jenner." The comments flooded with fire emojis and bold words like icon and goddess. But not all voices were positive. Some critics accused her of seeking attention. A few fashion commentators even wrote that the bikini moment was a planned stunt. Too perfect, they said. Too well-timed. Within hours, theories began to swirl across the internet. At the same time, Kendall's sisters were blowing up her phone. In their group chat, Kylie sent strings of laughing emojis. "Girl, you just broke the internet." Kim, ever the strategist, typed, "Control the narrative before it controls you." Chloe, more protective, went straight to Instagram, reposting paparazzi shots of Kendall with the caption, "Living life. Don't judge." Inside the villa, Kendall scrolled lazily, her sunglasses reflecting the burning orange sky. She didn't reply to her sisters. She didn't post a defense. Instead, she smiled softly, letting the world argue without her. That silence only made the frenzy louder. By nightfall, the first TV talk shows picked up the story. One anchor called it the cheekiest headline of the summer. Another reporter added fuel. An insider says this was not an accident. Kendall's team may have staged this to cover up something bigger. The words cover up shook social media like thunder. Cover up for what? Fans flooded comment sections with guesses. Was it a business deal? A secret romance? A family scandal? Theories piled up, each one more dramatic than the last. Then, TMZ dropped a bombshell headline on its site. Kendall Jenner's bikini reveal, distraction from secret meeting. The article claimed that Kendall had been spotted leaving a hidden Beverly Hills location just a night before her poolside appearance. The photos were grainy, dark, and mysterious. She wasn't alone. By her side, blurred in the shadows, was a tall man. Fans zoomed in on the images, circling outlines of his jaw, his hair, his clothing. Some swore he looked like a famous NBA player. Others argued it was a Hollywood actor. A few believed it might even be an ex-TikTok lit up instantly. Edits with dramatic music flooded For You pages. Paparazzi pictures fading into Kendall's thong bikini moment, captions flashing across the screen. Coincidence? Or calculated distraction? One influencer's video racked up millions of views in a single night, whispering into the camera, "Kendall Jenner isn't just enjoying the sun. She's hiding something." Meanwhile, back at the villa, security had to push paparazzi away from the gates. Lights flashed nonstop outside as fans gathered with posters and cameras, chanting her name like she was on tour. The quiet Malibu evening had become a frenzy, all because of one cheeky bikini bottom and a few photographs that refused to fade. But Kendall remained unshaken. She dipped fully into the pool, water sparkling around her as cameras clicked wildly from outside. Her calmness only made her appear more untouchable, more powerful. It was as if she was daring the world. "Keep guessing. You won't find out unless I want you to." Still, the whispers refused to die. Fans demanded answers. Gossip pages posted countdowns for Kendall's next move. Even fashion magazines speculated if this was all a clever setup before a major announcement. As the moon climbed high above the ocean, Kendall wrapped herself in a white robe and disappeared inside. The lights of the villa dimmed, but the frenzy outside continued. Reporters shouted into cameras, fans screamed her name, and paparazzi lenses waited for one more glimpse. And then, as if on cue, another rumor hit the internet. Someone online claimed they had proof of who the mystery man beside Kendall was the night before. Screenshots spread like wildfire. The frenzy wasn't dying. It was only getting bigger. The mystery man. The next morning, the world woke up still buzzing about Kendall Jenner's bikini moment. The cheeky green thong was now the most talked about fashion piece on the planet. Fans continued sharing edits. Tabloids splashed her photos across front pages, and hashtags like "Just Kendall Thong Trend" trended in dozens of countries. But now, the conversation had shifted. It wasn't just about the bikini anymore. It was about the man in the shadows. The grainy paparazzi photos leaked by TMZ were everywhere. Kendall, stepping out of a sleek black SUV, her hair tied up in a loose bun, wearing oversized sunglasses and a long beige coat. Beside her, a tall man walked quickly, head tilted low to avoid cameras. His face was half covered by the collar of his designer jacket. But his height, his build, and the way he held himself made people restless. On social media, fan detectives went to work like it was a crime scene. Screenshots, zoom-ins, and comparisons filled timelines. Some fans swore it was an NBA player Kendall had been linked to in the past. Others pointed to the shoes he was wearing. Rare, custom sneakers only seen on Hollywood insiders. TikTok videos layered dramatic music over blurry images, with captions like, "It's him. It has to be." One video even compared the mystery man's hand tattoos to those of a famous actor. Millions watched, pausing and replaying, arguing in comments. Was it proof? Or just wishful thinking? Meanwhile, gossip magazines rushed to print bold covers. Kendall's secret date night, new romance or hidden deal. At her Beverly Hills home, Kendall stayed silent. She didn't post, didn't comment, didn't deny. Her silence was gasoline on the fire. Fans screamed for answers, and critics accused her of playing the game too well. That night, Kendall made her first public appearance since the bikini storm, at a luxury skincare launch in West Hollywood. The red carpet glowed under flashing lights. Kendall stepped out of a black car in a silver slip dress that glittered like liquid metal. Her hair was slicked back, her cheekbones sharp under the glow of cameras. She looked every bit the supermodel star. Paparazzi went wild. They shouted over each other, voices colliding in the night. "Kendall, who's the man?" "Is it true about the secret date?" "Did you stage the bikini photos?" Kendall only smiled faintly, waved to fans, and walked the carpet with slow elegance. She didn't break her silence. And that silence felt louder than any words she could have spoken. Inside the event, the energy was electric. Celebrities mingled under crystal chandeliers, sipping champagne while pretending not to discuss the headlines. Kendall floated from group to group, her silver dress hugging every move, but the whispers followed her like shadows. At one corner of the room, an entertainment reporter went live on Instagram, breathless. She's here looking flawless. But the question remains, where is the man? By the time Kendall left the event, new speculation had already begun. Blogs wrote that her mystery man wasn't just a lover, he might be a business connection. Some claimed he was a billionaire CEO of a luxury brand. Others said he was an old flame returning at the worst possible time. On TikTok, a new video went viral overnight. A popular influencer sat in front of a laptop, analyzing every angle of the paparazzi photo. They brightened the shadows, sharpened the image, and froze on the man's profile. "Look at the jawline," they whispered dramatically. "That is not an athlete. That is not an actor. That is someone from the fashion world." The comments exploded. Thousands of fans argued in real time, pointing out clues, comparing photos, sharing theories. The video hit millions of views within hours. Meanwhile, outside the gossip storm, Kendall drove home quietly, her driver taking side streets to avoid paparazzi cars. Inside the car, she leaned her head back, scrolling through the frenzy on her phone. The corner of her lips curled into a smile. Not nervous, not panicked. Almost amused. She knew exactly what she was doing. The next morning, magazines delivered another twist. Page 6 ran a headline that made jaws drop. Insider claims Kendall's secret date was with fashion's youngest CEO. The article named a man known for his billion-dollar luxury brand. He was handsome, controversial, and already connected to celebrity scandals in the past. If true, it meant Kendall wasn't just in a romance, she was in the middle of a business power play. Fans gasped. Was it love? Was it business? Was it both? Her bikini photos no longer looked like a random cheeky moment. They looked like a smokescreen, a distraction, a way to control the spotlight while bigger moves happened behind closed doors. The frenzy was no longer just poolside gossip. It was turning into a Hollywood mystery. The big reveal, Paris, was alive with flashing lights, velvet ropes, and glittering gowns. Fashion Week had arrived, and every camera in the world seemed to be waiting for one person, Kendall Jenner. After days of silence, mystery, and endless gossip, fans and reporters were desperate to see her again. The night air outside the Grand Palais was buzzing. Paparazzi lined the entrance, their cameras ready like weapons. Journalists whispered, influencers streamed live to millions, and fashion editors leaned forward in their seats. They all wanted the same thing, a glimpse of Kendall and maybe, just maybe, the answer to the mystery man rumor. When the sleek black car finally pulled up, the chaos doubled. Flashes blinded the night as Kendall stepped out. She wore an oversized black blazer with nothing underneath, her legs bare, her hair slicked into a perfect bun. The look was bold, powerful, and confident. It screamed, "I control this story." Reporters shouted questions in a frenzy. "Kendall, was it the CEO? Are you dating your ex again? Was the bikini moment staged?" Kendall only smirked, one corner of her lips rising as she walked past the flashing lights. She didn't answer, but her silence was louder than any confirmation. Inside the venue, whispers grew louder. Who was she hiding? Why was she suddenly playing coy? But the night had a twist no one expected. As Kendall posed for photos on the front row, another black car rolled up. From it stepped someone the press knew all too well, her famous ex-boyfriend. He walked confidently, his tailored suit catching the flash of every camera. Gasps filled the crowd. Journalists nearly tripped over themselves to get a shot. "It's him. He's here," voices echoed. Within minutes, the internet was on fire again. Fans posted side-by-side photos. Kendall in her blazer, her ex in his suit. Headlines screamed, "Kendall Jenner and ex in Paris. Coincidence or reunion?" Inside, the energy grew tense. Kendall's ex took a seat just a few rows away from her. The photographers knew this was the shot of the night. The air was thick with unspoken history, with questions no one could yet answer. Was this planned? Or was it an accident that could change everything? Meanwhile, fashion editors whispered to each other, what about the CEO rumor? Was the bikini moment to cover this up? No one knew. The mystery only deepened. As the show ended and guests spilled into the glittering after-party, Kendall floated into the room like a star. Champagne glasses clinked, crystal chandeliers sparkled above, and music pulsed through the grand hall. Everyone was watching her, waiting for her to move, to speak, to slip. And then it happened. Kendall and her ex stood at the same bar. Paparazzi had somehow snuck into the party, their lenses hidden but ready. The two exchanged words, soft, tense, and unreadable. Their faces were close, their body language sharp but charged. A smile here, a raised eyebrow there. Fans who saw the shaky video clips later would replay it 100 times, analyzing every second. On Twitter, hashtags exploded. Your Kendall Triangle, your CEO of Sex, Paris drama magazines rushed to publish midnight covers. One showed Kendall, her ex, and the rumored CEO's blurred face with the headline, Kendall's Dangerous Game, Love, Fashion, and Power. And then Kendall herself added fuel to the fire. At 3 a.m., she posted a cryptic Instagram story, a black background with a single red heart in the center. No caption, no explanation. The world froze. Fans debated endlessly. Was it for the CEO? Was it for her ex? Or was it her way of laughing at the frenzy? By dawn, Paris was buzzing like never before. Reporters filled breakfast cafes, gossiping over croissants. Influencers recorded emergency podcasts. TikTokers posted dramatic edits with captions like, Kendall just played everyone, but the storm wasn't over. In fact, it was about to explode again. Because while fans argued about the CEO and the ex, paparazzi waiting outside caught something no one expected. Kendall left the after-party, wrapped in a fur coat, slipping into another sleek car. But this time, she wasn't alone. The flash revealed a third man sitting beside her. His face turned just enough for the cameras to catch. It wasn't the CEO, it wasn't her ex. It was someone completely different. The internet gasped again. Who was he? A friend? A fling? Another secret? The gossip wheel spun faster than ever. The bikini moment, once thought to be the highlight of the story, now seemed like just the first spark of a wildfire. The ex returns Paris was still waking up when the headline screamed across every screen. Kendall Jenner leaves party with third mystery man. Triangle becomes a square. The photos were impossible to ignore. Kendall in her fur coat sliding into the back of a luxury car, her profile glowing under the streetlights. Beside her sat a man no one had seen before, his face half-lit, his jaw sharp, his hand resting casually on his knee. Within minutes, hashtags like Tar Third Man Drama and Kendall Chaos were trending worldwide. But while the internet argued about who the third man might be, the press wasn't ready to let go of the other two, the billionaire CEO and the famous ex. Especially the ex. By midday, paparazzi spotted him strolling down Avenue Montaigne in Paris, looking sharp in a camel coat, sunglasses shielding his eyes. He smiled at cameras but refused to answer, shouted questions. Yet his presence alone spoke volumes. Fans flooded Twitter. Why is he here if not for Kendall? This is war. That night, the real storm hit. A high-profile fashion gala at a Parisian palace brought the entire celebrity world under one roof. Crystal chandeliers dripped with gold light, violins played softly, and diamonds sparkled on every wrist. But the buzz in the room wasn't about fashion. It was about Kendall. She entered like a queen, wearing a floor-length red gown with a daring slit that nearly reached her hip. The fabric shimmered as she walked, every step a statement. Photographers gasped. Fans outside screamed her name. The red dress trended online within minutes. And then, across the hall, he appeared, her ex. He was dressed in classic black tie, bow tie crisp, hair styled perfectly. The room seemed to tighten as the two locked eyes from across the crowd. Cameras caught the moment, and the images spread online like fire. Kendall in red, her ex in black, tension thick in the air. The whispers inside grew into roars. Guests leaned into each other, gossiping openly now. He's here for her. This is no coincidence. Wait until the CEO finds out. Later, at the champagne table, it finally happened. Kendall and her ex stood side by side. Their faces were calm, their voices low, but the energy between them was undeniable. A nearby guest overheard fragments, words like timing and mistake. Paparazzi outside caught shaky clips of their conversation through the palace windows. Fans slowed down the videos, reading their lips, adding dramatic subtitles. Twitter exploded, "Kendall and her ex are back?" This is hotter than any Netflix drama. But then came the twist. As Kendall walked toward the exit, reporters swarmed, asking about the CEO, about the third man, about the ex. She ignored them all until one shouted a question that made her stop in her tracks. "Kendall, are you mixing business with pleasure?" Her head turned slightly, sunglasses reflecting the flashing bulbs. She didn't answer, but her pause was enough. The crowd gasped. Was that hesitation confirmation? By midnight, Paris was chaos. Fan accounts posted collages. Kendall with the CEO, Kendall with the ex, Kendall with the third man. Memes compared the situation to The Bachelor. TikTok edits went viral with captions like, "Kendall Jenner is carrying the entire gossip industry on her back." Inside her hotel suite, Kendall scrolled through the madness. Champagne glass in hand, she studied the headlines calmly. The ex was back, the CEO was furious, and the third man was now the internet's biggest mystery. But her slight smile revealed something the world didn't know. She wasn't shaken. She was in control. The next day, paparazzi spotted her ex again, this time leaving the same luxury hotel Kendall was rumored to be staying at. He walked quickly, head down, avoiding questions. The internet melted. Fans screamed, they spent the night together. News sites printed bold headlines, "Ex back in Kendall's life, triangle explodes." Meanwhile, whispers from insiders claimed the CEO was not happy. He had reportedly been expecting Kendall at a private dinner that same evening, but she never showed. Instead, she was seen with her ex. The rumors now painted Kendall not just as the center of attention, but as the one holding all the cards. By evening, a new storm arrived. Kendall posted on Instagram again, a single photo of her lounging on a Paris balcony, the Eiffel Tower glowing in the background. She wore casual clothes, her hair tied up, and the caption read only, "Calm in the chaos." The comments were endless. Fans begged for answers. Celebrities left cryptic emojis. Fashion magazines praised her ability to stay mysterious while setting trends at the same time. But then, just as things seemed to stabilize, a French gossip site leaked something shocking. According to their report, Kendall wasn't juggling 2 men, or even 3. The story suggested there was a bigger plan, something tied to her career, her image, and the future of her empire. The bikini moment, the CEO, the ex, even the third man, all of it might be part of a larger move that no one had fully understood yet. The morning after Paris woke up to storm clouds the next morning. The rain fell lightly over cobblestone streets, mixing with the flashing lights of paparazzi cameras outside Kendall Jenner's luxury hotel. The city was quiet, but the gossip world was louder than ever. Overnight, Kendall's name had dominated every platform. News sites printed bold headlines, "Triangle or publicity stunt." "Kendall Jenner keeps the world guessing." TikTok edits with dramatic music hit millions of views, comparing her to a chess master playing with kings, queens, and pawns. Memes flooded Twitter. Kendall holding cards at a poker table. Kendall photoshopped as Cleopatra. Even Kendall's green thong bikini turned into the clue that started it all. But the morning after the gala brought more than memes. It brought a new scandal. At dawn, paparazzi swarmed the hotel entrance. The door slid open, and there she was, Kendall Jenner. She stepped out in a long trench coat, oversized sunglasses, and sleek boots. Her hair was pulled back in a low bun, her face calm, unreadable. Behind her, a man followed, carrying her bags. But it wasn't her ex. It wasn't the billionaire CEO. And it wasn't the mysterious third man either. This was someone completely new. The flashes nearly blinded the street as reporters screamed questions. "Kendall, who is he? Is this your boyfriend? Was the bikini moment just a distraction?" Kendall didn't speak. She slid into a waiting car, her mysterious companion following close behind. Within minutes, the photos hit the internet, and the world went into meltdown. Fans couldn't keep up anymore. "4 men?" One tweet read. "I can't follow this storyline anymore. Hollywood writers could never." Others praised her. "Kendall is unbothered, sipping champagne while the world burns." But the biggest bombshell wasn't about romance. It came from a French gossip site that released new information. According to their exclusive source, Kendall wasn't hiding a love triangle or a love square. She was hiding a business empire move. The source claimed that the CEO, the ex, and even the third man were all connected to upcoming brand projects. The bikini moment, the poolside reveal, Paris Fashion Week, the gala, all of it might have been carefully staged. Was Kendall playing everyone? As the theory spread, fans split into camps. Some believed it was genius. She just gave a masterclass in PR. Others were angry. We wasted 2 weeks for a marketing stunt? But the majority didn't care. They were hooked. Whether it was love or business, Kendall had turned her life into a show no one could stop watching. That afternoon, Kendall appeared again, this time at Charles de Gaulle Airport. She walked through the terminal with bodyguards, her trench coat tied tight, paparazzi chasing her through the glass halls. In her hand was a coffee cup. On it, scrawled in black marker, were the words, "Just living." The photo went viral instantly. Fashion magazines called it iconic. Fans printed it on t-shirts within hours. Even her sisters reposted it with cryptic emojis. But the real shock came a few hours later. As Kendall's private jet took off for Los Angeles, the billionaire CEO posted a photo on Instagram. He was sitting at a Paris cafe staring at his phone. On the table was a newspaper with Kendall's bikini picture on the front page. His caption read, "Timing is everything. The internet lost its mind." Was it shade? Was it heartbreak? Was it a clue that the romance was real? Meanwhile, her ex was spotted leaving Paris too, looking tense, jaw clenched, refusing to smile at cameras. Rumors exploded that he had confronted Kendall privately at the gala. Some claimed he left the party early, furious. Others whispered that he had spent the night at her hotel before the third man showed up. No one knew the truth. And then there was the third man, the one who had left the party with her. Tabloids finally identified him as a French art curator known for his connections in the luxury world. Another twist. Another theory. Another storm. By the time Kendall's jet landed in Los Angeles, her story had become more than gossip. It had become legend. Fans compared her to Marilyn Monroe, to Princess Diana, to every icon who had once driven the paparazzi mad. But unlike them, Kendall seemed to be in control of every frame, every rumor, every flash of the camera. She stepped off the plane wearing a white crop top. Jeans and sneakers, simple, casual, almost ordinary. But the camera still went wild as if she were wearing diamonds. She smiled faintly, waved once, and disappeared into a black SUV. For days after, the world continued to spin with questions. Was Kendall really dating the CEO? Was she back with her ex? Was the third man just a friend? And who was the fourth figure leaving her hotel that morning? Kendall never answered. She never explained. Instead, she posted one last photo on Instagram, a mirror selfie in her bedroom, hair messy, face bare, captioned simply, "Good night." The comments flooded again. Millions of likes. Thousands of theories. Endless drama. But the truth remained hidden, locked behind Kendall's calm smile.